super excited because I'm not alone. No, it's not my twin. It's my baby sister.
I know everybody's been waiting for Sibling. Calm down now. Calm down.
And what's your experience like having a sister who's on social media?
They're always like, your sister is so slim and light and long hair. Well, how come you... They want to say, how come you dark and guinya?
There was a point where our relationship was really bad. Like, we just didn't get each other.
But with pursuing a relationship with God, there's character development that's always happening.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Jesus Over Sid. Super excited because I'm not alone. No, it's not my twin. It's my baby sister. Say hi, everyone.
Hey, y'all.
Hi. What's doing?
I know everybody's been waiting for Sibling. Calm down now. Calm down.
I'm so excited to have my sister here. This is Lili to everybody. But go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you is.
Yeah, my name is Lilita. I am her younger sister. I think a lot of you have probably seen me if you follow her personally as well. Who is, yeah. Am I supposed to say more than that?
No, that's great. That's
great.
perfect. Obviously, let's get straight into it.
Okay.
Let's get into what people actually want to know about. And what's your experience like having a sister who's on social media?
It changes from time to time. The most fun part of it was the beginning.
The beginning?
Like, what is going on in the mall? Medicine. What is that? I was like, this is funny. It was just entertainment in the beginning.
Yeah. And now it's boring.
No, now I'm like, wow, I commend you because I could never.
Like walk around about your life and then people are staring or what?
All of it. I think all of it that comes with influencing. I think it comes with a lot of responsibility to be in the limelight. I think I'd feel like I have to watch my every move. I think a lot of influencers feel like that. But
yeah,
how it is being, well, for the most part, it's now become, like I said in the beginning, that's how it was. But it's now just become sort of like, I view it now as your job. But it takes time to get to that point. First, it's sort of like, you know what? When we were younger, a lot of the times, I always felt like you guys know black family members and colorism. So Hlomela being light skinned and me being darker, they was like, Hlomela always had a nicer body growing up. I was a round baby, a round child. I was like a quinyanji. I was round. So they were always like, your sister is so slim and light and long hair. Wow, how come you?
She said long hair.
And then they don't know what to say because they don't want to be rude. How come you know, they want to say, how come you dark and guinya? So I think when I was little, that used to get to me a lot.
Yeah.
And people used to compare me a lot to my sister, especially because we close in age. They'd just be like, if Hlomela does something, surely the other one needs to do the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that sort of dimmed my light a lot as a kid. I think that's why I sort of had no personality growing up, because I was like, I don't need to have a personality. Someone has it for me. And that's just how I was brainwashed, sort of, because of everything, because of those things. Yeah, which is such a weird. Yeah, guys, I think a lot of people have had that experience as being the darker sibling, because our mom is lighter in complexion, our dad is darker, so they'd be like, wow, you're the gorgeous, sexy one. So obviously they wouldn't say sex because she was younger, but she always had a flat stomach and she's lighter, like those things, and it's literally things that unfortunately are the beauty standard in a lot of black people's eyes. We've come a long way as a country, but at that time, growing up in the 2000s, we grew up in 2000. When did we grow up?
2010s, 2000s.
2000s again. There was times it was hard. So when I was very small, I don't think I realized it. I sort of just was like a very neutral and blank child.
call yourself that?
I didn't have a personality. I didn't have an opinion. I was just living, and I was fine. I was just like, okay, cool. And then I think later years of primary school, sort of into high school, that's when I was just like, but how come I don't? I then started to find it weird that I didn't have a personality. And I guess somewhat of a personality started to develop, and I started to, I guess, bloom. When I was like, yeah, I think it was around those ages. But it would sort of happen in influencing as well. Like people just assume that I should also, how come you don't create content? Guys, there's no even if we were twins, there's no way if she was a doctor that 100% sure I should also be a doctor. It doesn't happen like that,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It's not
And it's
realistic.
such a weird expectation that people always have, like, your sister creates content. Oh, what's your TikTok? Nothing, son. Like, no, I don't do that. Yeah, it's her job. Now I see it as your job.
There was a point where our relationship was really bad. Like we just didn't get each other, and we didn't hear each other. We didn't understand each other. We didn't see eye to eye. It wasn't good. But in my experience, what helped our relationship a lot was the time apart. Her working on the cruise and me being at home helped our relationship so much. I think that's where we learned how to communicate with each other better. I think we tolerated each other better, and then eventually we started to like each other again. So yeah, I don't know. It's that thing. What did they say? Space. What distance makes a heart grow fonder. I think that happened for us. It healed us in a sense because we lived together. We lived at home and we lived together, and we were always in each other's spaces, like always. So we got frustrated with the smallest things when it came to each other, and it just didn't make sense. And now that I think of it, I do think the enemy had a huge role to play in it, because there's a lot of power when we see eye to eye and when we're in alignment and unison. So now our relationship is a lot better, but I think even now there's still things that we still struggle with that weren't completely delivered in our relationship, renewed or healed. Things like, communication is still a bit of a struggle. It's still a bit of a tension. Things like understanding the next person, we still struggle with that. We're still learning each other and trying to do better. And it's important, especially in this phase of our lives, that we communicate more than we've ever communicated before and actually make the effort to learn each other and understand each other better. Like difficult conversations that we don't want to have, like really uncomfortable conversations, are going to be so important now. Because without that, we're not going to have peace, and it's always going to be a frustrating experience. And she's getting better at also telling me when she's like hurt or offended, and being straight up with it. And I think that combats a lot of potential issues or things that the enemy likes to hop on and then take advantage of, and then further poison communications and relationships. So it's a work in progress, but I think we're in a really good space right now. And I do believe that her working on the ships helped our relationship a lot in a weird way.
I think any relationship is it can get hard. It does get hard. It will get hard at some point. It takes things. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes trying. It takes willingness from both sides. It takes two to tango, essentially. For relationships, any sort of relationships to work. And I think with Hlomela and I's relationship specifically, there's been definitely times where we weren't as close as we are now. And I think it was I would say like maybe a good couple of years ago, there was a time where I just felt like not close to her at all. Or I think we were both just not close because we were just not seeing eye to eye. And for a lot of different reasons, we were just not on the same page and we just sort of argued a lot, and we were both really, really bad at resolving conflict. So that caused us to have disagreements, but to not be able to resolve those disagreements. So they would sort of just linger and cause bitterness and cause all these other emotions, which I think it happens with any sort of relationship. I think after we definitely got better at resolving our issues, so that helped improve our relationship. And I do think maturity played a role. And I do also think that it's just by God's grace that we're both Christian women and serious about it. Because I can't imagine having a sister and waking up, she's telling me she's Muslim. I don't know what I would do. No. I'm not saying like, no offense, but that would be crazy. I'd say, God, now you zenenye. Because what is that? I think it helps a lot. And I thank God that majority of our lives right now, or our lives right now, are revolving around God. God is at the center of both of our lives. So that comes with understanding, because remember, with pursuing a relationship with God, there's character development that's always happening. So that makes just lucky us, and praise God that it makes our relationship easier to navigate. But definitely there's been times where did not understand my sister at all. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's ever been a time where I wouldn't take a bullet for her. There's never been a time where I wouldn't fight for her, that I wouldn't, hey man, there's a lot of things you can mess with, but not my family, and especially not my sisters. But I do think also with being siblings, I think I've met a lot of siblings that don't get along. And I've met a lot of siblings that I think maybe there's just too much hurt in the way that then causes them to decide not to, be close or have a good relationship. And yeah, amongst a lot of other things, I think one of the most important things, or I don't know how to word it, but I think consideration, just considering the next person, can improve a lot of different relationships in so many ways. Siblings, romantic, friends, whatever, but considering the next person and considering them from a place of love, because I guess, or I would like to assume, the love part is not negotiable for most sibling relationships. You love your sibling regardless of whatever stage your relationship is in. But I think practicing to just be considerate.
What are something that you wish that I had noticed or realized in our difficult time, or been more aware of in our difficult time in our relationship? And then the second one was, when you were speaking, I realized that at the point of you gaining your own personality is when you kind of started to kick me out a bit. That's when, and I don't know if it was like a unconscious upset at me for like having overshadowed you for so long, or having been compared to me for so long, but I got kicked out, and it was so drastic, and obviously a hard experience for me, because I couldn't understand. I was so used to you looking for my opinion in everything, and I was so used to you like wanting to know what I think about things, and then it just switched where it was like all about your friends, and it was all about what they think and what you think, and I mustn't involve myself in your life. And it was like so offensive whenever like I had an opinion. It would like automatically be assumed that I'm judging. I would like try and advise you, like, no, you can't do that, you can't be there, and all of that. And for you it was like, oh, you're super judgmental, and that made you like stray away from me even more, because you felt like I was judging you whenever I would say anything, with regards to your life.
I think something that I do wish was that when I got my period, I would have wished for guidance, because I navigated having my period or getting my period at 11 years old alone. I think you also did it alone.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, okay, this is how it goes. But I think I could have used like guidance.
Some guidance.
Like, yeah, this is a plan.
Where was I?
You were there, but I don't think you were
I just gave you a pad, no?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And I remember when you got your period, I remember mommy having a sex talk with you.
Huh?
And I never got it. We were literally in Zenwacht. I'll never forget it. She just
Sex talk.
well, this means that you can't have sex now because you're full pregnant. It was a very brief one, like the black parent style. But I felt like I didn't get a period talk. I didn't get sex talk. I didn't get any talks. So I would have liked that.
Yeah. But I was 13.
True.
I don't even know what I would have told you. Like when I got my period.
Yeah, but I think for my period, because the thing is I was the only one in my friend group that had it. So I didn't know what to do. I think that's the only reason I remember feeling like, I don't even know if if it's something that you do ask about. You know, as
I got mine when I was 12.
Yeah.
And I remember you feeling bad that you got like you were so young.
Yeah.
Felt like it was so young, I remember.
Yeah, I was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, and just like knowing when to change the pad, what to do, like with undergarments, you know, all those things. I think I just had to navigate those
alone
and learn them alone. Same way you did, basically.
And that's probably why I didn't even realize that you would probably need that. But yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's fine. Sorry.
Yeah, because I wish I
part?
was more conscious of that, of you as my little sister. Like that happening for you and not giving you guidance. Like I don't think I realized. Yeah. Anyways. No crying. The other one, what was the other one?
Tell me.
When you started to get your own personality, then you kicked me out.
I don't know, hey. I think that time was, I think it feels like it happened so fast. Cause I sort of just, it was probably like grade 8. Yeah, literally before grade 8, I didn't even speak.
You always say this.
I was just silent. And if it wasn't for the kids that made friends with me, I would have had no friends. But maybe that is the case. I don't know, because I didn't, of course, it wasn't like a conscious thing that was happening. But maybe that was the case, that I was pushing you away because I felt like you were gonna dim my light or whatever, like that.
Thank you so much for joining this episode. I really loved having you.
I love being here.
Even though you're like super zen.
I think people should pay me.
People are gonna be so confused. They're gonna be like, oh my word, Hlomela, so and her sister's so like
my email will be down below.
Oh, okay.
Email me for my next gig. I charge 100k. This has been Jesus Over Sid.